At midnight, Maya remembers humiliation from 7 years ago. Nearly asleep, she feels the old scene suddenly revive. Her awkward words replay with painfully perfect, cruel clarity. Maya imagines everyone judging her, though they probably forgot. Her body reacts as if the embarrassment happens again. Her face warms, stomach tightens, and sleep disappears completely. Why does her brain choose the quietest hour now? Night removes distractions and turns memory into private theater. The replay is not random, meaningless, or completely accidental. Her brain tries protecting her with an outdated alarm. During daytime, movement and decisions occupy Maya's full attention. Messages, traffic, conversations, and tasks compete for mental space. At night, distractions fade, making her inner world louder. The brain's default mode network becomes noticeably more active. It reflects on self, relationships, memories, and possible futures. Useful reflection can become repetitive, exhausting emotional investigation quickly. Her mind scans unfinished social moments for hidden danger. One awkward laugh outweighs an otherwise completely pleasant day. Her brain asks whether she unknowingly broke social rules. Then it reconstructs the event from every possible angle. She remembers standing, speaking, and who looked away nearby. Perfect alternative responses appear inside parallel thought bubbles nearby. This feels productive but becomes pointless mental time travel. The brain confuses repetition with solving what cannot change. Replaying feels like repairing, but nothing truly gets fixed. Embarrassment is a painful form of social threat response. Social pain activates systems linked with physical pain pathways. For early humans, rejection threatened protection, food, and belonging. The brain learned treating social mistakes as survival information. An awkward moment could damage acceptance and group status. Modern life is safer, but ancient alarms still activate. One forgotten joke can trigger fears of tribal rejection. Her brain warns against risking exclusion, not declaring stupidity. The outdated alarm greatly exaggerates the actual social threat. The spotlight effect intensifies how visible Maya feels socially. She overestimates how closely others notice her behavior daily. She experiences herself from her own attention's central position. Everyone else experiences themselves from their own central position. Their minds focus on personal mistakes, worries, and insecurities. Her awkward sentence may vanish from others' memories instantly. The frowning person may feel tired, distracted, or uncomfortable. Still, Maya interprets one expression as permanent social judgment. Her mind creates a courtroom with 3 impossible roles. Without outside evidence, the imaginary trial never truly ends. Memory functions differently from how most people commonly imagine. It is not perfectly stored like an internal recording. Each recollection reconstructs the experience from scattered mental fragments. Real details mix with emotions, assumptions, and missing information. Tonight's memory may feel harsher than the original event. Present insecurity paints the old memory with darker shadows. Each replay can add reactions that never actually happened. She may not remember the original moment accurately anymore. Instead, she remembers her brain's most recent reconstructed version. This changing process is known as memory reconsolidation today. Reactivated memories become flexible and emotionally reshapeable again temporarily. Flexibility supports healing, while rumination can create distortion instead. The scene becomes sharper, darker, and increasingly personally meaningful. Another influence is the brain's powerful negativity bias system. Negative information receives greater attention than positive information usually. Compliments fade quickly, while one criticism survives for years. This bias helped ancestors remember dangers and threatening behavior. Missing pleasure was harmless. Missing danger could prove fatal. The brain stored painful events more strongly than successes. 10 normal conversations cannot silence one awkward sentence tonight. Her brain believes painful memories contain urgent survival information. It magnifies mistakes while ignoring everything she handled well. Then shame enters and changes the event's personal meaning. Guilt judges behavior, shame judges the entire person's identity. One small mistake expands into a damaged identity mirror. Instead of learning, Maya begins repeatedly attacking herself emotionally. Self-criticism resembles discipline, but often increases anxiety and avoidance. Threat narrows perspective and blocks flexible creative thinking pathways. Her attention tightens around one embarrassing detail completely alone. This narrowing creates a powerful repeating rumination loop nightly. Memory causes discomfort, and discomfort triggers deeper analysis again. More analysis strengthens emotion, making the memory feel important. Importance triggers another replay, restarting the entire painful cycle. At night, physical stillness allows the loop to strengthen. Few outside signals confirm the old danger is past. Darkness, silence, and fatigue reduce healthy emotional perspective greatly. Small worries feel enormous when her nervous system tires. A tired brain has weaker cognitive control and breaks. Emotional alarms remain active while mental breaks become weaker. Harmless memories can feel catastrophic during exhausted midnight thinking. Forcing thoughts away can make them return much stronger. The brain interprets suppression as proof of hidden danger. Then it constantly monitors whether the memory stays hidden. Monitoring requires repeatedly activating the memory inside awareness again. This creates the ironic and frustrating rebound effect immediately. The harder she resists thinking, the more thoughts multiply. Fortunately, Maya can interrupt replay without fighting the memory. First, she names what is happening in simple language. My brain is running an old social threat replay. This creates distance without denying her very real emotion. Second, separate the event from its dramatic interpretation clearly. The event was simply using one incorrect word publicly. The interpretation says everyone now considers her completely incompetent. Only the simple event is directly supported by evidence. Third, imagine someone loved making the identical human mistake. She would respond with kindness, perspective, and realistic understanding. Maya gives herself the same gentle interpretation she offers. Fourth, she completes the lesson, then closes the case. She writes one sentence about responding differently next time. A clear lesson tells her brain processing is complete. Fifth, Maya adds a healthier ending to the memory. She imagines recovering, smiling, continuing, and remaining socially accepted. This does not pretend the original mistake never happened. It teaches her brain embarrassment is survivable, not fatal. Sixth, Maya returns attention toward present physical sensations gently. She feels the mattress, breathes slowly, and relaxes tension. Her body sends evidence that she is safe now. Awkwardness is the unavoidable price of participating in life. People avoiding embarrassment often avoid speaking, creating, and connecting. Her memory proves she participated instead of hiding away. Others forget because they replay their own mistakes nightly. The younger person she punishes no longer exists unchanged. She has learned, changed, and outgrown that earlier version. The past may knock, but it deserves no keys. Notice the memory, keep the lesson, then let go. You are not your tired brain's worst remembered moment.
Tonight, you will probably make a promise to yourself. Tomorrow, you will wake up earlier, stop scrolling, start exercising. Finally, do the thing you have avoided for months. And for a few minutes, you will believe it. But tomorrow arrives, and a different version of you takes control. So who is that person? The lazy you? The weak you? Not exactly. What takes control is an ancient survival system doing precisely what it was designed to do. The disturbing part is that it can make self-sabotage feel completely reasonable while it is happening. Psychologists describe pieces of this pattern with different names: avoidance, negative reinforcement, temporal discounting. But together, they create what we will call the comfort loop. Trigger, discomfort. Escape, relief. Repeat. 5 steps so fast that you rarely notice them. Imagine Alex needs to prepare a presentation. The trigger is simple. He opens the empty document. Immediately, his brain predicts uncertainty. What if the idea is bad? What if people judge him? What if he discovers he is not as capable as he hoped? Nothing bad has actually happened, yet his shoulders tighten, his chest feels heavy. The task now carries an emotional price. This matters. Procrastination is often not a time management problem. It is an emotion management problem. Alex is not avoiding the document. He is avoiding the feeling attached to it. Then comes escape. Alex checks one notification. He tells himself he needs a quick mental reset. 10 minutes, disappear. Then 30. Notice the trick. His brain does not say, "Destroy your future." It says, "You will perform better after you feel ready." The moment Alex escapes, the tension drops. That tiny wave of relief is the reward. Not pleasure, relief. And the brain learns from rewards. It records a brutally efficient lesson. When this task creates discomfort, scrolling makes the discomfort disappear. Next time, the urge arrives faster. The pathway becomes smoother. Like footsteps across grass becoming a dirt road, repeated escape becomes automatic. Eventually, Alex feels the urge to avoid the task before he has even opened it. The loop has learned to start itself. This is why intelligence does not protect you. In fact, a clever mind may invent better excuses. I need more research. The timing is wrong. I work best under pressure. Intelligence can become the loop's lawyer, defending avoidance with arguments that sound impressively rational. There is another bias at work. Your brain values relief now more strongly than reward later. The presentation finished next week feels abstract. The discomfort in your chest feels immediate. So your present self borrows comfort and sends the bill to your future self. But the bill grows. Guilt joins anxiety. The unfinished task becomes larger in your imagination. Now beginning feels even harder, so you escape again. This is emotional compound interest. Each delay reduces discomfort for a moment, then increases the total discomfort waiting for you. After enough repetitions, behavior becomes identity. You stop saying, "I avoided this task," and start saying, "I am lazy." That sentence feels like an explanation, but it is actually a cage. If laziness is who you are, every failure becomes evidence, and every success looks like an exception. Here is the twist. You do not break the comfort loop by becoming more motivated. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. You break the loop by changing what happens between discomfort and escape. That tiny space is where your freedom lives. First, name the real emotion. Not, "I do not feel like working." Be precise. "I am afraid this will be bad." "I feel confused about the first step." "I resent that I have to do this." A named emotion becomes an experience, not an order. Second, shrink the action until it becomes physical and almost embarrassingly easy. Not work on the presentation. Open the file. Write one ugly headline. Add one empty slide. The brain fears vague mountains. It handles visible stones much better. Third, make a 10-minute contract. You are not promising to finish. You are promising to stay with the discomfort for 10 minutes before choosing whether to stop. This retrains the brain. Discomfort can rise, peak, and fall without requiring escape. And finally, most people wait to feel confident before acting, but confidence usually arrives after evidence. One paragraph written, one difficult call made, one workout completed. Action creates evidence. Evidence creates confidence. Waiting reverses the order and leaves you waiting forever. Then redesign the environment. Put the phone in another room. Leave the document open. Remove one click between you and the good behavior. Add 20 seconds between you and the escape. Willpower argues with temptation. Environment quietly removes the argument. One warning: shame strengthens the loop. Calling yourself useless adds emotional pain, and emotional pain creates a stronger desire to escape. Self-compassion is not letting yourself off the hook. It is removing the extra weight so you can actually move. When you catch yourself escaping, try this sentence: I am not failing. I am feeling discomfort, and my brain is offering an old solution. Then ask, what is the smallest honest action I can take for the next 10 minutes? Not perfect. Honest. The first time this may feel almost pointless. But your brain is always updating its predictions. Every time you remain present and survive the discomfort, you teach it something new. Beginning is not danger. Discomfort is temporary. Escape is optional. Escape is gradually a new identity forms, not from affirmations, but from receipts. You become someone who can begin while uncertain. Someone who can feel an urge without obeying it. Someone who keeps small promises, especially when nobody is watching. And that is the part nobody tells you. Discipline is not becoming a person who never feels resistance. It is becoming a person who no longer treats resistance as a command. The uncomfortable feeling can ride in the car. It just does not get to drive. Kyushu. So tonight, choose one thing you have been avoiding. Name the feeling. Shrink the step. Set 10 minutes. Then begin before your brain negotiates, because tomorrow, a different version of you may try to take control. But tonight you decide which version gets stronger. Someone ignores your message, and suddenly they occupy your entire mind. You check your phone again, even though nothing has changed. You replay the conversation, searching for the exact moment you failed. The stranger part is this: attention once felt completely ordinary, but the moment it disappears, your brain starts treating it like treasure. Sometimes it is a psychological loop built from uncertainty and reward. Your brain hates unfinished stories more than it hates disappointing endings. So silence becomes a puzzle, and you become desperate to solve it. That is how being ignored can make someone feel strangely irresistible. Psychologists call part of this pattern intermittent reinforcement. A predictable reward feels good, but an unpredictable reward feels addictive. Imagine a button that gives you a prize every single time. After a while, pressing it becomes boring because the outcome is certain. Now imagine the prize appears randomly after many empty attempts. Suddenly, every press carries tension, hope, and a possible surprise. Social attention can work exactly like that unpredictable reward button. One warm message becomes the prize hidden among hours of silence. Your brain remembers the reward and forgets the frustration around it. Then you begin waiting for the next tiny sign of interest. A delayed reply feels more powerful because you worked emotionally for it. This is why inconsistent attention can feel stronger than steady affection. Chaos creates intensity, and intensity is often mistaken for connection. Another force is the scarcity effect. We naturally assign more value to things that seem limited or unavailable. When someone is always available, your brain stops measuring their presence. When they pull away, their attention suddenly appears rare and valuable. The person did not necessarily become better, kinder, or more compatible. Only their availability changed, yet your perception changed with it. Scarcity tells your brain, act now before this opportunity disappears. That message can override logic, standards, and even self-respect. You may chase someone you would not choose under calmer conditions. The chase itself creates the illusion that the prize must be important. After all, why would you struggle for something with no value? So your brain protects the chase by inventing reasons to continue. It remembers their best moments and edits out the uncomfortable ones. Uncertainty also triggers what scientists call reward prediction error. Your brain constantly compares what it expected with what actually happened. An unexpected message creates a stronger reaction than an expected message. That is why one midnight reply can erase an entire day of silence. The emotional spike becomes evidence that the connection must be special. But the spike may come from surprise, not genuine compatibility. Your nervous system feels excitement, while your mind calls it destiny. This confusion is common because anxiety and attraction share physical signals. Both can create racing thoughts, alertness, tension, and intense focus. Your body says something important is happening, but not what it means. Then your imagination fills the missing information with a flattering story. You assume they are busy, afraid, damaged, mysterious, or secretly overwhelmed. This creates an open loop inside your mind. An open loop is any unfinished situation your brain keeps revisiting. Completed experiences fade, but incomplete experiences remain mentally active. That is why unanswered messages can feel louder than honest rejection. Rejection closes the door, while silence leaves it slightly open. And a slightly open door can consume more energy than a locked one. Your ego also becomes involved. Being ignored can feel like a threat to your social value. Now the goal changes from connection to proving you are worth choosing. You stop asking, do I like them? You start asking, why do they not like me enough? That question turns another person's behavior into a test of your identity. Winning their attention begins to feel like repairing your self-esteem. So every reply offers temporary relief, not lasting security. The relief fades quickly, forcing you to seek another signal. This is how emotional chasing becomes a self-reinforcing habit. Attachment patterns can make the loop even stronger. People with anxious attachment often monitor small changes in emotional distance. Slower reply may feel like danger, not a simple delay. Their nervous system reacts before their reasoning mind can investigate. They may send more messages, apologize unnecessarily, or become overly accommodating. But chasing often pushes emotionally distant people even farther away. That distance creates more anxiety, which creates even more chasing. Two nervous systems can accidentally build a painful feedback loop. One person withdraws to feel control, the other pursues to feel secure. Neither person feels safe, yet both keep repeating the same pattern. Watch for the behavioral signs. These. You check their online status more than you enjoy actual conversations. You analyze punctuation, response time, and the meaning of every emoji. You feel relieved when they reply, then anxious when they disappear again. You cancel your plans because they might suddenly become available. You lower your standards to avoid losing access to their attention. You confuse emotional unpredictability with mystery, depth, or passion. You feel more obsessed during silence than connected during conversation. These are clues that you are reacting to a loop, not intimacy. Some people consciously use this pattern to create control. They give attention, remove it, then return when you begin detaching. The return feels powerful because it interrupts emotional discomfort. You may interpret their timing as proof they somehow sensed your connection. But often, they simply noticed that their influence was weakening. Not every inconsistent person is manipulative. Many are simply unavailable. Still, the effect on your nervous system can be exactly the same. So, how do you break the ignore effect? First, stop measuring interest through rare emotional highs. Measure patterns, consistency, effort, clarity, respect, and emotional safety. One amazing message cannot cancel 10 days of confusing behavior. Second, separate facts from stories. The fact is, they did not reply today. The story, they are secretly afraid of caring too much. Facts create clarity. Stories can keep unhealthy hope alive. Third, interrupt the checking ritual. Move the phone away, disable previews, and choose specific checking times. Every resisted check teaches your brain that uncertainty is survivable. Fourth, write down how the connection actually makes you feel. Do you feel calm, respected, and understood, or mostly anxious, distracted, and desperate for reassurance? Your emotional baseline reveals more than your most exciting moment. Fifth, return attention to your own life. Make plans that do not depend on someone else's availability. Talk to friends who communicate clearly and consistently. Complete difficult tasks that rebuild trust in your own decisions. The goal is not pretending you do not care. The goal is caring without abandoning yourself. Remember that mutual interest rarely requires constant psychological detective work. Healthy connection may feel quieter because your nervous system is not panicking. Peace can seem boring when your brain has learned to chase chaos. But boredom is not the absence of love. Sometimes it is the unfamiliar feeling of emotional safety. When someone ignores you, ask one powerful question. Do I miss this person, or do I miss being chosen? That answer can expose the entire loop. Attention is not affection, uncertainty is not chemistry, and chasing is not love. The right connection will not require you to disappear from yourself.